Viewers, subscribers, we are back at it again. Liverpool takes on Brentford. Brentford playing this one at home, but we're here live in living colors again, viewers, subscribers, to watch along to this massive game as it relates to Liverpool maintaining their title. Of course, remember, Liverpool are defending champions, but lately they've come under tremendous pressure, losing 4 games on the bounce before bouncing back to Frankfurt over there in the Champions League. So this one is it feels almost as a must-win for Liverpool. Of course, with Manchester United, Sunderland taking the scalp of Chelsea earlier, United taking care of business versus Brighton, 4-2. This seems as if it's a must-win for Liverpool. So I'm here to watch it along with you. Kick-off moments away, viewers. Lock it in. Share the live with friends and family, and welcome to those who are here with us. What are your thoughts on the game? Who will win this one? Who will win this one indeed? Can Liverpool get their season back on track? That is the big question to answer this evening. Interesting times ahead indeed. And it's an interesting starting 11. Looking at this Liverpool team, the suspected backline, or I would say the backline which the coach would have envisioned when he made those signings, possibly minus the injured Frimpong. Frimpong was one of those big name signing which came in during the summer for Liverpool. He's out injured, but Kanate and Van Dijk, those are tried, tested, proven centre backs in the EPL. They have been there, done that, won titles, Champions League, etc. So they do have the pedigree, they do have the quality. The full-backs is where the question comes in for Liverpool. Massive changes in terms of the full-back situation. So we will definitely see if they can hold off this Brentford team, who have been scoring a few goals. They've lost some key players, Mbeumo, Wissa, but they seem to have found ready replacements. Thiago, he has been one of the top strikers on form in the EPL this season, and Liverpool has to bring their A game in order to get something from this Brighton team, especially at home. So we are here locked in, and we will see what is taking place in this one. The pattern is probably already being established in this game. So long throw coming up for Brentford. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if Liverpool can defend these long throw-ins. This was a weapon which hurt Chelsea earlier in that game versus Sunderland. So this is the first big test. But this is going to be happening all game long. So Liverpool have to get used to these long throw-ins and defending these long throw-ins. Interesting times ahead for sure. Early days, you could say Brentford pinning Liverpool back with these long throws, forcing them to defend. These long throws. Yep.
Very emotional April. He's in an exclusive club at Liverpool, and it's alongside Hughes, Phil Thompson, Craig Souness, and Steven Gerrard as Liverpool captains to lift the Champions League or European Cup. What sets him apart is that he was the captain in 3.
Yes, sir. We are here locked in. glued to our television set as we watch this one with expectant eyes, to be honest with you. Expecting Liverpool to get something from this one. A win would be nice, but probably not setting our expectations too high. But if they want to be champions, you definitely have to take 3 points from games like these, And that man Salah need to get back on track with his form. Verts, the big name signing, getting a start in this one. Possibly a forced change with Gravenberch picking up an injury. But Jones is the man, viewers. Jones, to me, is that workhorse in the middle of the field that I think this Liverpool team has been missing all season. I was happy to see he got a start over there in Germany. And his work rate will be needed alongside Soberslide for this game because this Brentford team is no pushover. And the Liverpool team is now pegged back again with another long throw. So as I said earlier, this is something Liverpool is going to have to get comfortable with this defending all. And there you go. That is it. Failure to defend the long throw resulting in an early strike. Django Utaro. Oh, wow. Liverpool again conceding the first goal. Pegged back with the long throw. So it's a familiar feeling, viewers. It's a familiar feeling conceding the first goal and now having to work from behind to get back into the game. But this is what they would have expected, or should have at least expected. So said, so done. But again, viewers, the long throw proving very successful. So if you have a player in your squad that can take these long throw-ins, it's a weapon that is proving very devastating, not only against Liverpool, but for many teams who are utilizing it. We saw Chelsea going down to a long throw. Will this be Liverpool's time as well to go down to the long throw again? Rogodan, that is it, brother. Long throw to glory. Liverpool can't seem to defend these long throws. An early strike there by Brentford. And it could be game set match as early as the 5th minute for Liverpool. But lots of time, that's the important thing. Lots of time to get back into the game. But they're again going to have to dig deep to find something out of this one. But yeah, a disappointing start to a Liverpool game. Kieran Witter up and running, it seems. Set piece FC. Definitely, Arsenal seem to be the leader when it comes to set plays in the EPL, and all other teams are playing catch up to the Arsenal, it seems, not only in terms of leading the league in terms of points, but also in terms of goals from set pieces, especially long throws and corner. So, wow, this is a shocker. Well, not surprised. I wouldn't even call this a shocker, to be honest. Liverpool have been conceding the first goal all season. So I wouldn't even consider it a shocker, in all honesty. Liverpool just seem to be in the doldrums as it relates to defending these days. And of course, up front, I don't think they are firing on all cylinders either. So while some of the pressure may be relieved or may have been relieved by finding goal scoring form, that too has evaporated from this Liverpool team, especially in the league. They did find 5 versus, I would say, a rather weak Frankfurt team in the Champions League. But definitely, the new pieces are yet to gel. The new pieces are yet to find the right balance. Our viewers and subscribers, tell us, what is the issue at Liverpool? What is the issue? Too many riches and the coach failing to find the right combination of players? What's going on? Has the likes of Van Dijk and Salah lose a step as they would have signed big bumper contracts recently? Have they lost a step? Have they fallen off? Is the question. Is there new injection of blood that is needed to bring this Liverpool team back? That is the question. So Rogodan is saying Virgil will bail them out. I'm not sure. But early days, that's the important thing. early days, and Liverpool do have the attacking players who can get them back in the game. So let's watch this one and see. Florian Wirtz getting a pair of assists in the last Champions League match. He probably could do with a goal in this one as well. Salah, the same. So a lot of players out of form, not only the ones which are new, but players who have been there for a while, not playing at their maximum potential any at all. So this game could be one of those games which set the cat amongst the pitching. It could be a game where Liverpool makes a comeback, or it could be one of those games where they're hit for 6 out of the ballpark. But Rogodan, big up. Thanks for tuning in to us here, Rogodan. Kerry Witter, Slot complained about conceding to set pieces, yet made 0 adjustments. Such as these things, I really don't listen to managers in their interviews these days, to be honest with you. They are filled with lies to the fans and supporters. I do not follow them. You know, they may say a player is out injured. Next thing you see that same player playing the full 90 minutes. So I don't take much credence from these managers. And we see there the former Liverpool goalkeeper, Kelleher, taking a hit from Salah. They, challenge for a 50-50 ball. Good friends, it seems. Salah checking on his health after making that collision. But that was a close call. A better first touch Salah would have been in. But that's the sort of season Salah has been having thus far. Under normal circumstances, that would have been a goal, a better first touch, and he would have gotten a shot after goal. It would have been down to the goalkeeper whether or not to make that save. But that's the sort of season Salah has been having, viewers. He's been off the boil. His credibility, his high standards are now being called into questions. So we'll definitely see what's going on. But Kerry is saying, right, so Kerry is just reiterating that the Liverpool coach, Slot, has been complaining about set pieces, but yet made no tactical adjustments. I'm not sure what tactical adjustments could be made in Kerry, to be honest with you. How do you defend? Tell us, Kerry, tell us, how do you defend long throw-ins? What's the effective formula for defending long throw-ins? Somebody in the chat tell me. Because I just think it's very difficult to defend these long throw-ins. One, you can't set the half-time trap. So that's out of the question. So how do you defend long throw-ins? Let us know in the chat. Liverpool, we saw Chelsea earlier going down and conceding from a long throw-in from Sunderland. And in this game, early on from the 5th minute, we see Liverpool conceding and going down to a goal courtesy of a long throw-in as well. So viewers, subscribers, help me to figure it out. How do you defend against long throw-ins? This seems to have taken the EPL by storm this season. And a number of teams are now employing the use of a specialist throw taker, so to speak. Players who can heave the ball in the box and create all ends of problems for defenders. So how do you defend long throw-ins? Apart from not giving them away, how do you then defend? What's the setup? Do you use zonal marking system? Do you go man-to-man? Do you combine the two? What is the formula? How do you defend against long throw-ins? That is indeed the question I have for viewers. Of course, leave your prediction in the chat as well, in the comment section. What's the prediction? Liverpool already losing 1-0. Can Brentford hold out and finish the job, or will Liverpool come back in this one? It was a similar scenario over in Germany where they went down to an early goal from Frankfurt and they hit back with 5. Will they find 5 in this game, or will the result be different? Champions League versus EPL. Definitely watching this one to see what's going on. Gakpo getting on the ball there. But the pattern of the game has been set. It's Liverpool on the offensive, trying to break down Brentford. And of course, Brentford playing on the counter attack. So that is the pattern of the game. Liverpool dominating the possession, but Brentford dominating the scoreline. So we'll definitely see how this one pans out. But early days, viewers and subscribers, share the live, viewers. Share the live. If you're logging in for the first time and you haven't subscribed as yet, hit that subscription bell. But let's get the conversation started. The question to our viewers, to our subscribers is, long throws have been on a renaissance since the start of the season. We see a number of goals coming courtesy of long throw-ins. Chelsea went down earlier today. Liverpool losing to 1 at the moment. The question is, how do you stop long throw-ins? What's the defensive formula for effectively defending against long throw-ins? Tell us, what is the formula for that? That is the pending question, because I don't see any tactical change Slot could have made that would have made a difference to these throw-ins. Who are the personnel he could have brought in? I don't see any from a defensive point of view that he could have employed that would have made a significant difference in terms of defending against long throw-ins. So tell us, viewers, subscribers, what is the formula? If you were the Liverpool manager, how would you set up to defend these long throws? Yes, Rogodan. Well, narratives change all the time. But we've seen it time and time again, to be honest. So I'm not sure if it's too far-fetched an idea. So Rogodan is saying that once players sign the big bumper contract, that hunger, that drive falls flat. And as a result, we see a drop-off from these players who have signed these bumper deals. So Rogo is suggesting that this is the situation which is currently reaching Liverpool. Van Dijk, Salah signed big contracts, and results as a result of those, we've been seeing possibly some subpar performances from Salah especially. I'm not sure I can really point at Van Dijk, even though the defensive record of Liverpool has been super poor. I'm not sure if Van Dijk would be one of those to be singled out to say he's having a poor season. I think the Liverpool issues are in the midfield as well as in the fullback position. In the midfield, it's a case of getting the balance right. And then, of course, in the fullback position, it's also a case of getting the balance right. Getting the balance between attack and defense. And that seemed to be the issue. But turning our attention to Brentford, what is Brentford doing that has been so effective this season? I mean, they're not in the relegation zone. They have lost a number of key players over the period. So one, their goalkeeper. So starting from the back, the goalkeeper, which did so well for them last season, has gone. Flecken. In comes Kelleher, former Liverpool backup to Alisson. And Kelleher, I think, is a decent enough replacement. So I don't think they've lost much there from a goalkeeper point of view. Offensively, they've lost Wissa, transferred to Newcastle. They've also lost Mbeumo, transferred to Manchester United, who was on the score sheet today, getting 2 goals under his belt versus Brentford. But they have definitely replaced, I would say, at least one, if not both of them. Schade has stepped up. He has been looking promising. And of course, Thiago, that's the man who has taken the reins, I would say, from the likes of Mbeumo. And he is the man who has been getting the goals. And of course, the deployment of Keith Andrews, their coach as well. So not only did they lose key players, but they also lost the coach. And it is Keith Andrews, I believe he was the former set-piece coach. And it is set-piece which is doing the damage for Brentford against Liverpool. So this is right inside of the coach's wheelhouse. He would have been the man who were designing these set plays. So Brentford should have no problem scoring from set plays as well as defending against set plays. So kudos to Brentford for definitely utilizing a weapon which has become rather effective in the league this season. So Brentford pretty much just managing the game. Nothing clear cut from Liverpool as yet. The one chance that has popped up in the game has been taken, and that chance fell to Brentford, and it was, you could say, professionally tucked away in the back of the net, ball falling inside the 6-yard box. Keeper had no chance, and Brentford leads this one 1-0. But Liverpool attacking down the right through Salah, building from the back, probing, prodding, hoping to find an opening. Verts, the man with the magical touch, the wizard. We've seen his wizardry in Germany midweek. We see it on the weekend versus this Brentford team. A man who hasn't scored for Liverpool as yet, but have definitely racked up 2 assists and could have gotten a goal. Oh, wow, that's a shot right there by Verts going just off target. Wow, that's a chance we should have probably been taken, in all honesty, or at least hitting the target at bare minimum. So these are the sort of, what should I say? These are the sort of clinical finishes that Liverpool have been missing. And that is what I'm saying. The back line is misfiring, and up front, they are misfiring as well. That should have easily been 1-1. Just hit the target and it's a goal. But Verts pick it up on the half volley and spunking it wide off the target. These missed chances do not help the Liverpool confidence any at all. But again, Verts, the man, he has been one of the most creative forces in the EPL in terms of the number of chances created. However, the registering of assists have been lacking. Rogodan, Verts should do better there. I concur fully, Rogodan. He, at bare minimum, hit the target, force the keeper to do something. But failing to hit the target, missing the target completely. And it's a chance that went begging. Here he is again. One popping up. Difficult ball there into Ekitike, in all honesty. Difficult ball. But Liverpool prodding and probing and looking as if they're exploiting a few weaknesses in the Brentford backline, getting a few goals. Shots at goal, I should say. So this might be the... Oh, that's another chance again. Square coming in there for Gagpo. Ekitike just glancing it on. Again, another attempt, but going off target. So Liverpool is getting space. Liverpool is definitely getting some space. It could possibly be a matter of time before one finds the back of the net. The longer this game goes on, let's see how it plays out. But interesting times ahead. This is going just as Brentford would have wanted. After 21 minutes, you are 1-0 up, and your goalkeeper is yet to make a save, you could say. Chances, but nothing on target, nothing testing the keeper, nothing destined for goal from Liverpool. And of course, the Liverpool defense is rather shaky. So anything can technically happen on the counter or even on a set play. So I am not very confident at the moment in the Liverpool's ability to keep goals out at the back of their net. If they are to get a win, it seems as if they're going to have to outscore Brentford rather than trying to defend if they do get a lead. It's a case of outscoring. The likes of Kirkes has not hit the ground running. And fascinatingly, viewers, when Kirkes was being signed by Liverpool, I did ask some colleagues of mine, who is this guy Kirkes? Is he the one? Can he make the step up? And many of them said yes, but I was a bit skeptical. I mean, he is still young. He still has time to develop. But at the moment, he is definitely not showing the sort of form which got him signed. But time is on his side. Time is the master. So it could just be a matter of time before he recapture the glory days he had at Bournemouth. But that man Jones, I think might be the missing formula, the missing ingredient from that Liverpool midfield. He does carry a good mix of youth and experience. He is technical. He also has the ability to carry the ball. One of the few, if not the only midfielder in the Liverpool squad to have the ability to dribble past players and create chances while offering that sort of defensive fulcrum for the other players to go forward. So, interesting times ahead. Hopefully, he gets a run of games in the team and the team can see a turn in results. Yes. Well, I'm not sure what's going on here. I see Mikel Antonio being brought. Is he signing for Brentford? Interesting stuff. But the game is currently paused now, viewers. It gives the players a chance to breathe, to re-energize themselves. Henderson, former Liverpool man as well, really taking this midfield by the scruff of the neck. And he is battling it out there. He is now wearing Brentford red instead of Liverpool red, signed a big bumper contract over there in the Desert League, over there in Saudi Arabia, but things didn't seem to work out. Went over there to the Dutch League, Ajax, I believe. I think he did well enough. He is now playing his trade for Brentford versus his former team, Liverpool. And what I find interesting in these EPL games, viewers, former players seem to find goals against their former clubs. We saw in the Manchester United game earlier, Welbeck coming up with a super strike versus his former team, Manchester United. And that has been a characteristic trait, I would say, of a number of these players, where former players seem, for whatever reason, maybe there's a boost of energy, a boost of confidence, maybe it's familiarity. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Maybe it's extra motivation. Oh my, the Kirkes, brilliant true ball there from Sober Cyber. Kirkes, a very poor cross inside the box. So these are the things which he brought to Bournemouth, which made Liverpool go on and splash the millions for him. But another poor cross there, another poor final ball, so to speak. And Soberslai really manhandling the Brentford midfielders. He has been one of the bright sparks for Liverpool this season. Very workman-like attitude. And Brentford, Yarmalek seems to have picked up an injury and he may be forced to be substituted early on in this game. Possibly a hip injury. So Keith Andrews may be forced into an early sub. Not exactly what he would have planned for, but that's why you have a big squad. That's why 5 substitutes are now allowed. But big up to all our viewers and subscribers who have logged on. Sir Kiri, big up yourself. Rugo Dan, the man who is saying Vert should have done better with that early chance he got. Definitely should have. But since then, ironically, Brentford hasn't had one of those long throws, but this may provide them with another opportunity for a long throw now. So, again, viewers, I'm still asking the question. How do you defend effectively against these long throws? What's the formula? How do you defend effectively versus these long throw-ins? Is it man-to-man marking? Remember, you can't be offside from a throw-in. So do you go man-to-man as a manager? Do you go zonal or do you do a combination of the two? How do you guard against these long throws? I think it's a super effective weapon if you have a player who can hurl them in. And here we go again. Here we go. Lots of pushing and shuffling inside that 18-yard box. So another magnificent throw. Liverpool defending this one effectively. Recycling the ball though. Brentford getting another cross in. And weak header from Collins there. On target, you would say. But definitely, Liverpool getting very physical with the players in the box, and they have to be careful. Remember, VAR is active. VAR is indeed active. But again, I see Rogodan saying very difficult. I understand that, Rogodan, which is what I've been saying all day. But some people are saying, hey, Slot should have made the tactical changes to defend against set pieces, especially these long throw, which isn't anything surprising or new from Brentford. This has been what they've been doing all season. So tell me, viewers, tell me, subscribers, how do you defend effectively against long throws? Talk to me in the comment section. How do you defend effectively against long throws, Rogodan? If you were the coach of Liverpool, what tactics you would employ to defend these long throws? That is the question. What tactics? What's the tactical approach? For me, since I'm asking the question, for me, it has to be a man-to-man approach. Mark each player man-to-man. Try to get the goalkeeper, or try to get any player on the goalkeeper off him, but definitely man-to-man. And that should give the goalkeeper any room to go and catch punch if the ball is thrown in close enough to him. But my approach would be a man-to-man approach, and obviously you want to match up physically with this team, man-to-man, you know, and of course possibly targeting the more prolific strikers or the more prolific headers of the ball with your most prolific headers of the ball as well. So you match up a Collins with a Van Dijk, you know, you go man-to-man, you know, players of similar physical acumen being matched up against each other as best as you can. So it's not just man-to-man, but you have to take into consideration the physical capabilities, the physical characteristic of each player and match up accordingly. But Liverpool is a fairly tall team. A number of players over 6 foot. You know, Van Dijk, Kanate, 6 footers. Ekitike, 6 footers. Sobasai is no slouch as well. But then that may be balanced with a few of the shorter players. Vert, Salah, Kirkes. So the only thing I would say to Kiri, who was calling for a better tactical approach, is possibly Slot playing bigger players. Slot utilizing bigger players are his biggest 11 in terms of physical size. That's the only thing I would say, do differently. But it's a weapon, this long throw, a weapon which is very hard to defend against, as Rogodan is alluded to. But we move. Since that goal went in, I've seen one more long throw in which Liverpool managed to deal effectively with. What will happen next? But it's definitely an area of vulnerability. So I would keep throwing them in, keep hurling them in, keep this Liverpool team under pressure, because they're definitely up on a fight. And again, Kirkes not looking to 100. And again, an early yellow card. This may force Slot into an early substitution for Kirkes again. Again, he's just getting on the wrong side, almost as if he's trying too hard. I'm not sure what's going on. Just needs to just be calm. I'm not sure. Maybe he's being overawed by the price tag, viewers. I am not sure what's going on. Again, Kiri, you're asking questions, but you're yet to answer my question, Kiri. How do you effectively defend against long throws? I've told you my formula. What's yours? How would you do it if you were the manager of Liverpool or any of these teams, Chelsea? How would you defend long throws? That's the question I'm asking. I'm yet to get any answers. I've just been hearing the viewers lamenting that, hey, long throws is a vulnerability, long throws is a dangerous weapon. But how do you defend against it? That's the question I'm trying to get an answer to. We've seen Liverpool conceding. Earlier we saw Chelsea. And when you look at the statistics, when you look at the analytics, the incident of long throws in the EPL has significantly increased during this season when compared to previous seasons. There are more teams who are utilizing this weapon rather effectively. So how do you defend against long throws? That is the question I am asking out there to our viewers and subscribers. If you're just logging on, viewers, Liverpool losing 1-0 to Brentford at the moment. Brentford taking the lead in the 5th minute through Otara, former player of Bournemouth. He was the one who got onto the score sheet through a long throw. Ball hurled in the box. Liverpool failed to effectively clear it. Ball fell to Otaro in the 6-yard box, and the rest is history. Brentford leading 1-0. Liverpool since then did get a decent chance with Wirtz getting a shot off in the box but failing to hit the target. Salah may have gotten a half chance here or there, but nothing too clear cut thereafter. Can Brentford hold out for the win? Or will we be talking about another Liverpool defeat come 90 minutes? So it's definitely interesting times ahead, viewers and subscribers. Interesting times ahead indeed. But we continue to watch on. So the keeper this time coming to punch. So as I was saying, Kiri, that is one of the strategy. Man to man, match up based on physical characteristics. And of course, if someone is marking the goalkeeper, get him off the goalkeeper, so it frees up the goalkeeper to come to punch, to catch, to clear. That will be my strategy. If there is a more effective strategy out there, please share. So the question I'm throwing out, how do you defend effectively against long throw-ins? That's the question. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Of course, if you haven't subscribed as yet, hit that subscription bell. And if you have subscribed, if you are a subscriber, if you are a regular viewer, then please share the watch along, share the podcast link, the live link. We are live watching along with you, taking your thoughts, taking your comments. It is Brentford versus Liverpool. Brentford leading this one, 1-0. How will Liverpool get back into this game? Brentford at this point is giving as much as they're taking. But in a sense, this could potentially leave them open at the back, which would play in the hands of Liverpool if they can break effectively on the counter. So, Liverpool can be devastating on the counter attack. So, another long throw coming up, making Liverpool, as mentioned, uncomfortable, having to defend these. So, let's see how they cope again. But every time there's a long throw, I am not sitting very comfortable, viewers. I am not sitting very comfortable at all as a Liverpool fan myself. I am rather nervous once I see the Coyote. He is the man who has been tasked with heaving those long throws in. Coyote. I am not sitting very comfortable at all.
Make sure that you win in that battle Not allowing more time to get a shot on goal.
But yep, Liverpool team seem to have figured Liverpool out. Is all I can say this season. Team seem to have worked them out, viewers. So Slot need to
Down by the
come up with a different tactical approach to these games because teams seem to have figured Liverpool out. That's the only thing I would say.
isn't it? Because when he's got a player of Jordan Henderson's experience running at him,
Tell us, Kiri, tell us. You're the Arsenal man. Kiri, you are the Arsenal man. You probably watch Arsenal more than any other team. So again, I'm asking the question, viewers. I am asking the question. One of our subscribers raised the point that Liverpool has been rather poor at defending long throws. So I'm asking the viewer, the subscriber, our viewers and subscribers, that being the case, what's the most effective way to defend against set plays? Wow, that's a massive save by the Liverpool goalkeeper. Strike from outside the 18 by Damsgaard, forcing the Liverpool goalkeeper into a glorious save, probably save of the season, viewers. Wow, that was a dancing shot headed for the top upright. But Liverpool goalkeeper dug deep and came up with a massive save. An Alisson-like save, one may say. That keeping Liverpool in the game. They are still only one goal down. But Brentford is given as much as they're taking. But yes, Kiri, back to your comments. Kiri saying probably you can watch Arsenal and learn a thing or two when it comes to defending set pieces. So I'm saying, Kiri, you're a man who watch Arsenal week in, week out. You're the biggest Arsenal fan that I know. Tell us how you defend corners, long throws. How do you defend long throws? What's the effective strategy for defending long throws? That's the question I'm asking. So tell us. Please share with our viewers and subscribers, Kiri. Please share. We will love to get the knowledge that you have as well. You know, this is the forum where we can pick your footballing brain. You can ask questions and you can get answers. So my question to you, Kiri, Arsenal man, what's the effective way to defend long throws? We've seen Liverpool down to a long throw currently, and we've seen 3 points being taken off Chelsea as well with the effective use of long throws. And as I mentioned, viewers, when you look at the numbers, long throws have taken on, you could say, an attitude of their own this season. There has been a tremendous increase, not only in the goals from long throws, but the effective use of them as well. More long throws being utilized this season more than any other time in recent history. And we're seeing a greater level of success. In fact, the last statistic I saw, not specific to long throws, but 33% of all goals scored in the EPL were from set pieces. 33% of all goals scored in the EPL was from set pieces. So working that out in terms of fraction, that is pretty much 1/3 of all the goals scored in the EPL are from set plays, whether it be corners, long throws, free kicks, penalties, etc. But 33%. So if you're a viewer or subscriber that plays the fantasy league, that plays the FPL fantasy, you may want to look in on players who are taking long throws, who are taking corners, who are taking free kicks. They should be racking up a lot of assists as the season wears on. So that's a FPL tip for all our viewers and subscribers who actually do participate and play the EPL Fantasy League. So Kiri is back at it again. Let's see what Kiri is saying. Having the two best centre backs in the league. That's not telling us much, Kiri. It seems as if you're trolling now. You're not giving us much food for thought at all. Again, viewers, my take on it is to defend long throws. My take on it is take a man-to-man approach. Man-to-man. So mark man-to-man. But you're not just arbitrarily marking man-to-man. you're making sure that your best headers of the ball are marking the best headers that the opposition have. So your best headers are marking the best headers of the opposition. And then other players you're matching up maybe based on height, physicality, etc. You're also, another strategy is take the mark. If there's someone marking the goalkeeper, then you take the mark off the goalkeeper so that the goalkeeper is free to come and collect in terms of catch, to come and punch, to come and clear. So you want your goalkeeper free because it's a throw-in. You can't be offside from throw-ins. You cannot be offside from throw-ins. So you want your goalkeeper to be free. And here Brentford goes on the counter. So this is the effective strategy for Brentford. Liverpool are pretty much so Kirk is being called into action. But yeah, this is the effective strategy. Liverpool possessing the ball and Brentford playing on the counter. So that was again another chance for Brentford to get on the back of the score sheet. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, for sure, that's one of the strategies, but will it be effective? Let's see what's going on. Can Liverpool find a way forward, or will they be caught out on the counter again? And we see a through ball here going into Shada, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Kanate giving up, and it's 2-0 to Brentford. The defense being split apart again, to split asunder. And it's all Brentford at this point in time. Has this Liverpool team been figured out tactically? Defensively cut wide open. That is indeed correct, Rogo. I saw Kanate pretty much not wanting to touch the forward for fear of possibly not only conceding but giving away a red card. Too quick for Kanate. Too quick. But yeah, that has been the strategy. Nothing new. Just more clinical finishing from the Brentford players. Clinical finish right there, and it's 2-0. To me, this one is all done and dusted. I'm not sure if that's a penalty call. Not sure. Interesting no call there for a possible penalty. I'm not sure, but viewers, subscribers, Liverpool, not looking good at all. Not sure. It was a no penalty call from the referee, and VAR seemed to have supported that call, and it is Brentford 2, Liverpool 0. Wow, this is a shocking scoreline. This is indeed a shocking scoreline, but has Liverpool been figured out? All right, so Rogodan, what are we saying now? This morning I heard you said something when someone mentioned a financial situation. What was the speech? Rogodan reminded us. I believe I was saying it's not the money you spend, it's the players, how they perform on the field. Indeed. And we know Liverpool spent rather big this season, but not getting the performance. You know, when you look at these two teams, Liverpool vastly outspent Brentford. But again, as I mentioned, it's not the money you spend, Rogodan. It is the performance on the field. And the speech I made, Rogodan, was, listen carefully, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So that's the speech. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And that is something which you can apply in your everyday life as well, Rogodan. That is something you can apply in your everyday life. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And of course, Brentford at this point is definitely outworking Liverpool. Liverpool players are just not working hard collectively as a team. Too easy to play against, too easy to split apart. And here you go again, another devastating potential from another long throw, ball bouncing inside of the box. It's never a good look when it comes on to these long throws. So Liverpool need to pick themselves up. Hopefully they can hold out and not let it get away from them. 2-0 at the half is not the best result you want, but 3-0 would be worse. So let's see if they can wheel and come again. What does Slot have up his sleeve? Is this the players that will get the job done? What changes do you foresee? Rogodan Kiri. Al Liverpool is what Kiri is saying. Indeed, Al Etihad, we know the money bags over there in the Saudi League. That's where the name Al Liverpool comes from. Kiri seemed to be poking fun at the moment, really enjoying this hate watch. It seems Liverpool again going down, giving Arsenal a clear run at the title at this point in time. Defending champions, not defending well at all. And that's a goal, is it? Kirkes pulling one back just before the half. Or will it be chalked off for offside? Let's see. But this would be a good look for Liverpool if they were able to go into the break 2-1 down. Let's see how it goes. That looks onside. That's onside as well, and Kirkes is onside. So it looks a fair goal. Bradley, fullback to fullback, you could say. Kirkes getting in there and getting his first Liverpool goal. Is it a Eketike assist? I'm not sure, but a slight touch seemed to have deceived the Brentford defenders. But this would be a good look if Liverpool was able to go into the half 2-1. Yeah, I agree, Z, I agree full 100. Kirkes has not impressed me. I think him scoring this goal is just papering over the cracks, in honesty. And I believe Slot should probably pull him at halftime and bring on Robertson, to be honest with you, because he's a defensive liability. He's also on a yellow card with the potential of picking up a second yellow, which leads to a red. So this goal just papers over the crack. I agree with you, Z. Kirkes is not good. Fully behind you. He hasn't shown too much there. Remember, Kiri, it's a minimum of 3 minutes. We know how these things go. It's a minimum. So it could be 3 minutes or more. So you have to do the maths. Minimum. Yeah, the maths not mathsing for sure, Rogodan. We know how football is. You play to the whistle. It doesn't matter if the board goes up and say +3. Even if it's +5, you still have to play to the whistle. So Chiesa, Kiri, who would Chiesa come on for? That is the question. Yes, Z, fully understand. I fully agree with you. Kirkes definitely has not hit the ground running over there at Liverpool. I think Robertson is still the man. But, Robertson getting up in age, looking suspect as well. So Liverpool is really caught between a rock and a hard place, in all honesty. The fullback positions are cause for concern. But at least he did give you a goal, so we'll see if he can carry on. But if I was Slot, I would pull him, bring on Robertson. But with the goal, it's going to be hard now for you to take off a player who have provided you with a goal. Or you give him until 60 minutes and then you start bringing the changes thereafter. Kiri is calling for Salah. Wow, that's a interesting call there, Kiri. I'm not sure about that. I am not sure about that. Salah did not play much in the Champions League, so Salah would see the full 90 for me in this game. Regardless, yeah, possibly. We'll see how it goes until after 30. Personally, I wouldn't make any changes for Liverpool going back out there. I would just have to tighten up defensively. You have to talk to the centre backs, Kanate, Van Dijk, possibly whoever is assigned to play in that defensive midfield role, Jones. to just be on alert. The transitional play is what is catching Liverpool out. You have to be defensively aware and drop if you know that you're up against a fast striker. So that's an area that Slack definitely needs to address going into the second half. But pulling a goal back before the half does give Liverpool a half a chance to actually get something from this game, whether it's a draw at this point or even a win. That goal at the half is massive for Liverpool with their chances. Yeah, I agree, Z. The team has not looked well all season, brother. I definitely agree with you on all the points you're bringing up. Z saying, overall, Liverpool is very disjointed. It's almost as if it's the first time they are playing together. That is it, Z. Very disjointed, not playing as a team, selfish at times. We saw an example of that when Salah was in on goal with Vert wide open, just a simple tap across. Salah went for goal against the angle. The goalkeeper pulled out a save. So it's stuff like that you look at and you see that the team chemistry is not really there at all. Very disjointed, as you mentioned, very ad hoc sort of playing. You know, players not meshing well. The chemistry is just not there. McAllister at 60. Possibly, but again, you do realize, Anil, welcome to the live, brother. Appreciate the opinions that you provided in the previous show, and also the question you're providing now. McAllister at 60, that is a possibility, Anil. That is a possibility, but as I mentioned earlier, the likes of McAllister, they have not been producing the goods all season. So it's not only the new players coming in that hasn't been shining. It is the old guard that have been there before that is not playing at their peak either. The likes of a McAllister. McAllister hasn't impressed me all season. Hence the reason he's not even starting this game, in all honesty. But that's a controversial no call though, Anil. What were your thoughts on that potential penalty on Gakpo, Anil? Was it a penalty? Did the referee get it right? Or was it a suspect call? Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's always cutting in Z, never going down the line on the left. But possibly he's playing under coach's instruction. Or he's more playing off an inside left. And then, as you see, Kirk is playing on the outside and arriving late in the box. So that could possibly be the sort of tactic they're deploying, as opposed to Bradley and Salah, you know. So we'll definitely see how it pans out. But for sure, those are the areas of concern that Liverpool has. But that goal Kirk is pulling back is very decisive. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Anil. You see, VAR is very inconsistent. Very inconsistent, because that was a clear case. Let the referee go and take a look. Let the referee make a decision for himself. Is it a penalty? Is it a no penalty? It's very 50-50, in my opinion. Very 50-50 there. But Brentford got the run off the green. Yeah, Z. As I mentioned, the clinical nature of the strikers is not shining out for Liverpool. Liverpool are creating chances. Verts got a chance, which I thought he should have buried. That should have made the game 1-1. If the game was 1-1, then Liverpool would have settled more, not necessarily pushing everyone forward and going gung-ho. So it's a balancing act, to be honest with you. It's a balancing act. You know, the attack have to support the defense, this defense support the attack, and everything has to mesh and gel well. So currently the emphasis is on the Liverpool defense that they've been conceding. But when you look at a team performance, you will see a team creating 10 chances and only scoring 1. When easily they could have scored 3 or 4 out of the 10. And that would have put less pressure on the defense to perform. You would have had greater control of the game and not having to take unnecessary risks going forward. And that's what has reached Liverpool in this game thus far. Being caught out on the counter because you're pushing for that goal to get back into the game. And instead of getting back into the game, you end up conceding a second. That is what has reached Liverpool. But what you'll find is that this has been the formula for a number of teams. This has been what has plagued Liverpool, even during the Klopp period when teams were playing a low block, Liverpool dominating possession and then getting caught out time and time again on the counter. So, it's an interesting dynamic for sure. It's an interesting dynamic. But any changes? I mean, a number of persons making suggestions of changing. McAllister at the 60. Kiri is calling for salary replacement to bring on Chiesa. Z is saying, hit the like button. Well done, Z. Yeah, man. Hit the like button, Z. And of course, if you haven't subscribed as yet, hit that subscription bell, viewers and subscribers. But I just like to use this opportunity to thank everyone for coming on the live. You know, the platform is small, but it's growing day by day, you know. Persons are subscribing from near and from far, from all over the globe. We have people here from Canada, USA, different states in the US, Jamaica, Caribbean. A number of viewers and subscribers are logging in from India, the UK as well. So the platform is small, but it's growing day to day, and the objective is to hit 500 subscribers by Christmas. So if you haven't subscribed as yet, subscribe, and if you have subscribed, then share on your platform, share with your friends, share with your family. So Anil is saying, going off the 2 penalties Arsenal didn't get this season, Gokires versus Pope and Saka versus Kevin last week, you could argue it's consistently not being called. Well, that is true. So it's a case of being possibly being consistently wrong, which is fine, as you say. But, you know, some people will say get it right rather than getting it consistent. So it's a case of getting it right rather than getting it consistent. But I have no complaints over the no call, to be honest, in this game. I thought that was a 50-50 call. The issue I have is I thought the referee should have gone to seeing it on the big screen. So that's a question I would have at this point. What constitutes the referee going to look at it on the screen? What's the criteria to say, hey, referee, this is a 50-50 call. Take a look on the big screen and see if you live with your call or you want to change your call. That's the problem I'm having. What would then constitute that? Oh yeah, Liverpool, lots of problems for Liverpool. And I don't think one game is going to solve those problems. To be honest with you, Z, lots of problems, you know, lots of issues. And when you're losing, the issues are compounded. It's just like Manchester United now. Manchester United are on a 3-game winning run. And it's as if all the problems have evaporated. All the problems have suddenly left the club. Within the snap of a finger, within a 3-game period, the narrative has suddenly shifted. And it's the same thing with Liverpool. Within a 4-game period, the narrative has suddenly shifted. So from champions to relegation candidates, from lifelong contract for slot to slot out. Yeah, you know, from cold hero of Salah to flop, old, no good, can't manage the league again. So the fans are very fickle and the narrative changes day to day. That's why we are here to beat the press. We're not just listening to the mainstream media. We're listening to regular football fans and your opinions. Because if the bigger heads can see it, you can see it too. What is your opinion on the issue? It doesn't always fit with the mainstream narrative. So we are here to dispel some of those myths and give it to you straight. Give it to you from a fun point of view. And the comment section is there for you to comment on these things. What are you seeing happening in the league? What are you seeing happening in this game in particular? But it should be an interesting watch in the second half for sure. Yeah, I mean, Brentford leading just made the game more entertaining. Something for the fans because it now has you on the edge of your seat. Which way will it go? Leave your predictions, viewers, in the comment section. Who will win this game? I am still backing Liverpool to take the win. So I'm going 3-2. 3-2 to Liverpool. 3-2 win for Liverpool. What says you? Have your say. Leave your score prediction in the comment section. Who will win this game? Will it be Brentford, or will Liverpool make a comeback and take it? Or will it draw? Who to tell? I predicted Liverpool at the start, so I'm following through with that prediction. Win, lose, or draw, I'm saying Liverpool. But what says you? What is your prediction? What is your call for this one? Leave your predictions in the comment section. So we're just about to kick off the second half. Interesting times ahead. We'll definitely see if any subs have come on, and we'll also see if there have been any tactical changes. Let us see. But yeah, looking forward to the second half to start this one. But yes, viewers, not the start Liverpool would have wanted and hoped for, but it's the game they are getting. And Brentford not looking bad at all. The tactics they've been deploying have been working and working very well. And of course, Liverpool again will have to deal with the long throw-ins. So that's a question I've been asking viewers. I have been asking that question. How do you deal with long throw-ins? What's the formula to combat long throw-ins? What's the formula? How do you combat the long throws? What's the best way to defend these long throws? So we're just waiting for the second half to start. If you're joining us for the first time, leave a like, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed as yet, hit that subscription bell. If you have subscribed and you're a regular, then please, viewers, subscribers, share the podcast. We're hoping to get to 500. The objective is 500 subscribers by Christmas. So do me a favor, play your part by sharing the podcast, share the live. So, when we started, we didn't expect to be doing lives, but, the platform has taken on an energy of its own. So we're finding ourselves doing some live watch-alongs, some of the big games on display, because oftentimes we find that fans only analyze the statistics. They are not watching the games. The eye test is very important, viewers and subscribers. You can't just look at the scoreline and make an assessment of how these teams are playing. Sometimes the scoreline is deceptive. You can't just go by the analytics. Sometimes you have to combine the analytics with the eye test. So that's what we're here. We are combining the analytics with the eye test. We are not only looking at the numbers, but we are looking at the visuals as well. And I believe a combination of the two really gives you a different perspective on the game. I mean, originally when the use of analytics wasn't there 50 years ago, 60 years ago, 70 years ago, the use of analytics now is a recent phenomena, and it seemed to have taken over the game. But my question has always been, how do you quantify heart? How do you quantify passion? How do you quantify energy? As Z is mentioning that the team needs some energy. How is energy quantified? How do you do that? There are just certain intangibles which you can't quantify. You can't put a number to it. But these are invaluable ingredients for a team to be successful. But there is no statistic you can use and say, oh, this team has more energy than that team. This player has more heart than that player. You have to look and see, because you're unable to put a number to it, because these are intangible attributes which players display time and time again. And that may be the thing which separates a good player from a great player. The intangibles that separates a good player from a great player, a winning team from a poor performing team, a champion from a team threatened by relegation. Sometimes it's the intangibles. When Klopp quoted Liverpool, he spoke about mentality monsters. Sometimes it's the mentality. How do you quantify the mentality? There's no number you can attach to a team having a good mentality. You have to see. You have to do the visual test, the eye test. So we have to look at it not only through one lens, but through multiple lenses. And of course, because if you're looking at the same thing, one man will see the glass as half full, one man will see the glass as half empty, and another man will see the glass as just being half, right in the middle. So it's different perspectives on the same issue. And that's why we are here. We are here to beat the press, not just accept the mainstream narrative as gospel, but have our own perspective on what's going on in the world of football. And specifically to this game, what is going on in this game? Who will come out the winners? Will it be Liverpool? Will it be Brentford? Brentford currently has the lead and looking good value for money. If you were a betting man, who would your money be on at the start of this second half? Who would you put your money on to win this one? Can Slot turn the champions around? Will they come out with championship mentality? Or will they roll over and die? Will Brentford create more havoc with those long throw-ins? Will Liverpool concede more goals? That defense have been leaky all season, and it has already leaked 2 goals. And of course, the goalkeeper coming up with another tremendous save to save Liverpool their blushes as well. So who wins the second half? That is the question. So there's a long way to go in this game, viewers and subscribers. What I would say is there are more goals at hand. One way or the other, more goals will be scored. That's what I would say. As to who scores the goals, I am not sure. But more goals are up for grabs. More goals are up for grabs. But we left here to see. So the second half about to be kicked off momentarily. Jordan Henderson coming out, former Liverpool player. Keith Andrews looking confident, pumped. What is gonna happen in the second half? Wow. This game is primed for excitement. Wow. If Liverpool was to lose this, it would be a full-blown crisis over there at Liverpool. We saw Sunderland earlier today going up to the dizzy heights of second in the league, viewers and subscribers. Who would have thought that after 9 games, Sunderland would momentarily or temporarily be at second in the league? Who would have thought it? Who would have dreamed it? Who would have gambled on it? I'm not sure many would have called Sunderland to be second in the league at midway through game week 9. Interesting stuff ahead for sure. But stranger things have happened. They say the ball is round, and that's why we love this beautiful game, viewers and subscribers. That's why we are passionate about the game. If the game is not played on paper, if the game was played on paper, then the favorites would win every time. There would be no need to watch the game because we would be certain of the outcome game in, game out. So we have to know, we have to watch the game because the ball is round. Anything can happen. Any card can play. And this is the EPL, one of the most competitive leagues in the world, if not the most competitive leagues in the world. On any given day, first can beat 20th, or 20th can beat first. Results can go either way, win, lose, or draw. So it will be interesting to see how this one pans out, for sure. It will be very interesting to see who comes out at the end of this one and what the fallout may be at the end of the day. Will it be a full-blown crisis over at Liverpool, or would they have saved themselves blushes at the end of this 90 minutes? Let us see, viewers and subscribers. Let us see. Leave your comments in the comment section, of course. Leave your comments in the comment section. Who do you think will win this game? Z, what's your thought? Who is the winner you're calling? Anil, what says you? Kiri, Robodan, give me your prediction. Give me your prediction. Leave it in the comment section. What says you? Who will take it? Will it be Brentford? Will it be Liverpool? The cards are obviously in Brentford's hands currently. And this is an interesting tactics to kick things off. Brentford pegging Liverpool back in their defensive third to start this one with a throw-in. Let's see if Kirkes can last the 90 minutes without getting a second yellow as well. He picked up a yellow, scored a goal, but also picked up a yellow. So he potentially could be a target of the Brentford players to get a second yellow and get him thrown out of the game. Ooh, that's a loose ball there from Salah, giving it straight to the Brentford midfielders. And Brentford returning the favor. So here we go, Liverpool picking it up, breaking quickly. Ooh, poor decision making again there from Kirkes. I must say he had multiple options and played it straight to the Brentford player. These are the things Z were talking about, that his decision making is rather poor. It's not the Kirkes that we saw at Bournemouth. It's almost as if we saw one player at Bournemouth and then we bought a completely different player who is now playing for Liverpool. I am not sure what's going on. Can Slack get the better out of these players? We've seen where he has transformed the likes of a Gravenberch into a top midfield talent when he was not thought of as such previously. So he does have the ability to coach up players, to get the best out of them, in all honesty. And Liverpool getting the run of the green in this one rather than a corner. It's now a back kick for Liverpool. Interesting stuff for sure. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Interesting stuff. Nothing too exciting thus far. Both teams just settling back after the halftime break. Nothing to really write home about at this point in time. So that's my call, viewers and subscribers. I'm calling Liverpool to win 3-2 in this one. What is your prediction? But that is my call. I am staying confident with my team, viewers. My call is Liverpool to win 3-2. Down 2-1 currently in the 48th minute and not looking very comfortable. Brentford definitely pressing high and pressing hard. But what is your call? Leave your comment in the comment section. Leave your comment in the comment section. Anil, sticking with the 3-2 Liverpool win I call Thursday night. No problem. I concur with that call, brother. I have to concur with your call as well. I have no choice. But here comes another Brentford long throw. Liverpool heading this one away. Still not cleared, but now they clear it and could possibly break. But wow, this is a lucky bounce. Salah's first touch again, not doing him any justice. But yep, that's my call, Anil. 3-2 to Liverpool. Let's see how this one goes. But the run of the green is just not falling for Salah. In previous year, he would have teared away and buried that one. But again, his first touch too heavy. and it's cleared by the Brentford defenders. Ah, not sure what to say. Maybe it's just a matter of time before they say uh, form is temporary, but class is permanent. And I would want to think that Salah is a class player. Salah is a class player, so one would think it's just a matter of time before he breaks this goal scoring drought that he looks like his old self again. I'm not sure. Maybe he needs to go back to that shaggy haircut. Maybe he lost his power when he got his haircut. I'm not sure. Stranger things have happened, but yeah, remaining confident that Liverpool can pull something back. But Brentford definitely looking like a team that can hold out for the win. They are just not necessarily hitting the ball forward hopelessly, but they are indeed uh, have a tactic they're playing today, have a formula they're utilizing. It's pretty much up to Liverpool to counter that formula. But they are not just sitting behind the ball, viewers and subscribers. They are definitely giving as much as they're taking. But here comes Liverpool. Liverpool does have, I would say, the more creative players at their disposal. And it's interesting because based on this Liverpool setup, there is no one seem to be assigned to play that defensive holding role. And that may be the problem that Slot has in terms of getting the balance right in this midfield. Without Gravenberch in the team, there is really no other defensive midfield player. Endo is also injured and not seem to be in favor with Slot's tactic, probably too defensive, because not only do you need to be defensively sound, you need to be a good uh what should I say, passer of the ball, a good conductor, a good dictator, a good maestro who can dictate the game in the middle. And that's what Slot has converted Gravenberch into. He has converted Gravenberch into one of the best midfielders in the world currently, a dictator, a general, quote and unquote, one who can take the game and dictate the pace of the game, and then of course provide you with that defensive solidity and that defensive cover. I think Gravenberch is definitely one of those players who probably do it the best in the world currently in terms of striking that balance between being a disruptor and also being a man who can take the ball from the defense, turn and distribute. It's one of the hardest jobs in world football to be that orchestra, that maestro, that conductor role. And here we have Igor picking it up. Another chance there for Brentford goes begging. Goalkeeper coming up with a save. Van Dijk doing enough to probably put him off. But again, it just goes to show the vulnerability of this Liverpool backline. Playing a high line, but Brentford finding enough to break through one-on-one with the keeper. The keeper making himself big and coming up with another save. But these are just signs that Liverpool are still vulnerable. While they seek to get back into the game, their vulnerabilities are also being exposed. And here is another corner. Liverpool winning the first ball, which is good, but still not comfortably cleared. And that is a problem they'll have to be dealing with all game. Set pieces, free kicks, corners, long throws. You have to prepare yourself when you come to Brentford. Brentford is almost like the new Stoke of the modern era, in all honesty. Very physical, very combative. You know what you're in for once you come to play football at the home of Brentford. The keeper coming, getting something on the ball, but not fully clearing. No, he gets the job done. But 54 minutes gone. It is still Brentford with a 2-1 lead in this one. Wow, another magnificent save again. Full stretch by the goalie to pull that one off from Damsgaard. That's the second time this goalkeeper is coming up with a magnificent save from a shot from Damsgaard. Wow. Liverpool finding it difficult to clear. Come. Wow. Oh, and this is a free kick for Brentford in a very dangerous position right here. Let's see if Brentford can capitalize on this. Yes. This one definitely heating up. Mohamed Salah picking up my yellow card. Wow. That's a rare occurrence. We don't see Salah picking up many yellow cards at all. He is not necessarily known for his defensive work. But picking up a yellow card in this one, is that a cause for concern from the coach? Henderson, former Liverpool player, looking to make his former team pay from this free kick. Definitely within shooting range. If you can get it up and over the wall, you stand a chance of scoring. And we saw a magnificent free kick from Welbeck from almost a similar position for Brighton versus Manchester United earlier today. Can Brentford replicate and get something from this one? Wow. Oh, wow. Is this a penalty? Oh, my word. Ah. When it rains, it pours, viewers and subscribers. When it rains, it pours. This is a possible penalty kick for Brentford because the foul seemed to have taken place on the line and not outside of the 18-yard box. So this is a possible penalty kick for Brentford. So instead of a free kick in a dangerous position, it may be a penalty for Brentford. Wow. This would be a serious twist. Wow. And it is a penalty. It is a penalty. Wow. When it rains, it pours, viewers and subscribers. It's a penalty. Van Dijk fouling Utaro on the penalty line, on the 18-yard box. Kicking at the ball, but kicking the player's foot instead. Yatara going down, and it's a penalty on the line. Wow. This is crazy. So Liverpool having now to face a penalty, steering down 3-1. You can't win games if you're conceding 3 goals. This one seems to be done and dusted if this one is tucked away. For sure. Let's see how it goes. Thiago stepping up. Oh, and it's an easy goal. Straight down the middle. It's Brentford 3, Liverpool 1. And this one, that goal must be the last nail in the coffin. I don't see Liverpool coming back from this. So my prediction is totally out the window at this point in time. 3-2 was my call, but it may very well be 3-2 in favor of Brentford and not Liverpool. So we will see how that goes, and we see Roberts getting ready to come on as well on the 60 minutes. And it is that man again, Thiago. He has been the top man for Brentford, the number 9, and he gets the chance to put Brentford 3-1 up. Wow. So some big results are going to be hitting the EPL this week. Chelsea already falling to Sunderland, and Liverpool now likely falling to Brentford as well. We see Slack making a number of changes, 3 going off, 3 coming off. That man Chiesa. We see McAllister coming on, and we also see Robertson coming on. Bradley going off. Triple substitution. Not sure how these teams will line up now. Robertson will slot into left back instead of Kirkes. Soberslide goes to right back. So Bradley's off, Soberslide to right back. And then McAllister and Jones in the midfield, along with Verts, Salah, Ekitike, and Chiesa. So Chiesa going on the left side, Soberslide and Salah on the right. So interesting. It would take the bravest of man to now bet on Liverpool winning this one. I think that boat has now sailed. I don't think you're going to be scoring 3 unanswered goals versus this Brentford team. So, at very best, I think Liverpool may try to salvage a draw. At very best. Otherwise, I don't see Liverpool winning this one. So, for me, winning is off the table for Liverpool, for sure. It's a case of can they pull back a point, but not to win. But the next goal should be an interesting one. The next goal will definitely be the sealer. If Brentford gets it, then all hope is lost. If Liverpool gets it, then that might galvanize them and they may go on to get a second. But the next goal will be the vital goal. So they have 30 minutes. 30 minutes to try and pull off what would be a massive comeback. I don't see Brentford making it slip from here, but sometimes it's not necessarily that you lose, but maybe it's how you lose. And we spoke about that man Van Dijk. Would a Van Dijk of former years have made such a rash tackle? Sometimes these games boil down to small margins. Small margins indeed, but Brentford are definitely licking their chops at the prospect of taking a scalp the size of Liverpool. And right now, all that should be in their mind is to defend this one out. Get players behind the ball, make it very tight and compact for Liverpool to operate. But Liverpool on the attack, Verts, is this a goal? Blocks coming in left, right, and center. Ball fall. That's what you would classify as a goal-saving block, and it's the man Van den Berg, another former Liverpool player, coming up with a massive block to deny Salah. Wow. All bodies on the line at this point in time. Wow. Tackles flying, blocks going in, shots going in. It's all hands on deck for this Brentford team. And Brentford on the break again. That man Damsgaard getting space, getting one over to Thiago. Man who tucked away the penalty. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, a disappointing game for a Liverpool fan such as myself. Was really looking forward to Liverpool bouncing back to business as usual, and that's a free header in the box for Otaro. How did he miss that? How did he not hit the target? Wow, will these misses come back to haunt Brentford at the end of the day? Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy from Otaro. That should be buried in the back of the net. Free header, almost inside, just outside the 6-yard box. You should at least be testing the keeper. That's a definite letter for Liverpool. But it just goes to show that the quality of the chances that Brentford are creating is just phenomenal. Phenomenal. This Liverpool defense is poor at best. Very poor. You're not going to win 3 games. You're not going to win many games conceding 3 goals. You're not going to win many games in this league conceding 3 goals. And Liverpool have been conceding all season long. Though, so Shada running at the Liverpool defense. Jones being sloppy right there, giving the ball away very easily. Ball retention is not looking too good. And here comes another Brentford set piece, another corner that Liverpool have to defend against. That has been their Achilles heel in this game. And another big set piece moment coming up for Liverpool. Let's see how this one pans out, viewers and subscribers. For me, I've given up. I came in very confident. But when you see the writing on the wall, you just have to admit the writing is indeed on the wall. And Liverpool, again, failing to really dominate this game. And the result is definitely going against them. For sure. But I don't see Liverpool winning from this point in time. The best I see coming out from them is potentially a draw. But definitely not a win. But we'll definitely see. Stranger things have happened in the EPL. But for me, I've given up. But stranger things have happened. You can never tell. But as I said, the next goal will be the decisive. Well, not necessarily decisive, but it will give you an indication of how the rest of this game will go. If Liverpool gets it, then it will be very interesting to see how it ends. If Brentford gets it, then it's all about over. Game, set, match. So that's the hope that Liverpool have to hold on to. Get the next goal and hope you can find an equalizer. Brentford would be saying, get the next goal, and the game is pretty much done and dusted. So, we'll see how this one goes. But the game is getting stretched now. Liverpool definitely pushing higher up the pitch, potentially leaving space in behind. But, Keys are going with a wild shot there, that one being blocked. But looking very wild, not looking very composed. Curtis Jones' game seemed to be over, possibly picking up an injury. Wow. And Jones is just coming off an injury, so things getting worse for Liverpool. They are now losing one of their better midfield players to injury. Jones seemed to have picked up an injury and will be substituted by the youngster, Ngomoa. Where will he play? Will he play on the left? And possibly Chiesa playing in behind in that midfield role vacated by Jones. That might be the case. This is the young Rio winger who got the winner versus Newcastle, which was a get out of jail free card. So if you really look at the Liverpool results, viewers and subscribers, they are really displaying relegation form. In all honesty, if you take away those late winners which they scored, it would not make good reading the league table. So they are really displaying some seriously rotten form at this point in the season. How long will they be in this mode? We saw Man City going through a similar phase last season where their title hopes pretty much ended after they went on a hurried run. And this seems to be what is happening with Liverpool at the moment. If they were to go down to defeat again in this game, the rotten run would have continued. And that might have been their title hopes being evaporated, or their chance of defending their title going up in smoke. But we'll see. Salah still prodding, still probing, getting on to the end of a long ball, but still being unable to dribble past any of these Brentford defenders. But Liverpool have a corner. Kiri did mention Van Dijk, or was it Rogodan, to save the team. Let's see if Liverpool can get something from this corner. Nothing come of it. Oh yeah. Liverpool on the attack. Really trying hard to find something, but every turn, every twist, Brentford seem to have the answer. And of course, with Liverpool pushing forward, they now become vulnerable on the counter-attack. So if Brentford can play their cards right, there could be another goal in this game for Brentford on the counter as Liverpool push men forward. Rio, with his first run, not being able to get around Coyote. He has played well, not only from a defensive point of view, but from the supply of long throws into the Liverpool box as well. He has now become an invaluable member of this Brentford team. He would be one of the first names on the team sheet, just because of the quality he brings to the long throw game. Oh yeah, but Brentford look good value for their money, in all honesty, viewers and subscribers. Liverpool have looked subpar, especially defensively. It's not done yet, but I don't see Liverpool getting anything out of this one on the back of this performance. They have not performed to the point where they deserve anything from this game. Chances have been limited as well. The second half, subpar. I can't think of any clear-cut chance that Liverpool has had in the second half. I can think of a couple that Brentford have had, which they haven't tucked away. That misheader from Utara, Thiago getting a one-on-one with the goalkeeper as well. But Liverpool, no chance. No chances. The chances have dried up. The chances have dried up. And then, of course, that tackle from Van Dijk, which initially was called a free kick, but later changed to a penalty. And, misplaced passes, sloppy giveaways. That has been what has plagued this Liverpool defense, or this Liverpool team, all season, especially in this game. But as I mentioned to a viewer and a subscriber recently, to me, Soberslide plays Soberslide at right back. He is the best right back Liverpool have right now. So rest Bradley, rest Kirkes, rest Frimpong. Use Soberslide at right back. Use Soberslide at right back. And this may be a turning point in the season where right back becomes his permanent home, because definitely the centre backs need the help. the defensive balance is just not right. The defensive balance is just not right. I mean, your defenders are usually the players who play the full 90. And if Slot, as a coach, have to be taking off his two fullbacks and bringing on fresh players in the 68th minute, it's not a good look. Because your defense is constantly being chopped and changed. The consistency as a backline is not there. So you're always liable for issues, for problems, for miscommunication, for giving away sloppy goals, etc. You need consistency. So I would play Soboslai at the right back position. I would definitely do that. And Gamoa. Not getting any change out of the Brentford defense at the moment. Kanate showing off his skill set right there, being fouled by Shada. Wow. But interesting times ahead, viewers, subscribers. Interesting times ahead. What's your take? What's happening over there at Liverpool? Full-blown crisis? What says you? What are the changes that need to happen for this Liverpool team to turn their fortunes around? Too many big egos in the team now. The likes of Isak, Iketeke, Salah, Verts, Chiesa. Is Slot beginning to lose the dressing room? Or can he fine-tune this team into a purring machine? Yeah, I mean, even in this game, I can't think of any bright sparks on this Liverpool team, in all honesty. Who are the bright sparks from this Liverpool performance? I can definitely pick out a few names from Brentford, but who have been the standout performers from Liverpool? I can't really pinpoint any, in all honesty. Coyote, definitely. Brentford. Thiago. Shada, he has made his presence felt. Damsgaard, I would probably give Damsgaard the man of the match at the moment. He has created and assisted, and he has gotten off, I would say, 2 really good shots, which made the goalkeeper have to pull out some world-class save. But standout performers, no, I can't think of any on the Liverpool team at the moment to say standout. No, sir. So we see Lewis Potter getting ready to come on for Shada. He just picked up a yellow. So, and he did get a goal, that through ball from Damsgaard, which led to him slotting in that one when he ran away from Konate with ease. So Shada, Damsgaard also coming off. These guys have done their work. Job done at this point in time. So Brentford looking to lock shop, as we would say, close up shop, preserve what you have, is what they're looking to do. No need to go out chasing the game anymore. The job is done. You're leading 3-1, so just lock up shop and preserve what you have at this point in time. But disappointing stuff, viewers and subscribers, from a Liverpool point of view. Disappointing stuff as well. Disappointing performance. And you're still looking for a bright moment in this game. I haven't seen any all game. You're still looking for some sort of bright spot, something to hang your hat on. But nothing at all. It has been shambles. It has been shambles for this Liverpool team. But that's the one thing I can hope for in the last 10 minutes of this game. Some sort of bright spot that this team can hang their hat on. Something to build on for the next game. I'm not seeing that currently. But my back four viewers would definitely include Soberslide. I will go Soberslide, Kanate, Van Dijk, and Robertson on the left-hand side. Not Kirkes, Robertson. But what of Gomez? I mean, is Gomez so poor that he cannot get a game? I don't know what to say. But if Gomez is fit, why can't Gomez get a game? Is he that poor? So maybe have a partnership of Gomez and Van Dijk. Give Kanata a rest. He has been poor all season. Give him a rest. Or, as I said, is Gomez that poor? If Gomez is that poor, then he shouldn't be in the team. Why not sell? Liverpool did sell a defender over the summer, Kwanzaa. You would want to think that Gomez is a better version of Kwanzaa. So why can't Gomez get a game? Because the defense have been wanting all season. Things have to be shaken up. Things need shaking up. Well, Kiri is saying this was a successful wash. So Kiri has begun the trolling, viewers and subscribers. The trolling seems to be courtesy of Brentford. He's saying it's a successful, I would want to think he's referring to a hate watch. So, yeah, I mean, pretty much. There's not much. As I said, there's very little, if anything at all, Liverpool can hang their hat on in this game. I don't see it. What can we take away from this game and say, all right, Liverpool did this well? Absolutely nothing. They haven't attacked well. They haven't created enough chances as a team to really test this Brentford backline. The Brentford backline have not been under any sort of pressure. You haven't seen frantic defending any at all from this Brentford team. None at all. So, there's not much to hang your hat on. Nothing. Ngamoa, let's see if he can produce something. Not much. Just backwards and sideways passing, nothing penetrative. This is easy meat and drink for another wild shot from Salah. High, wide, and mighty. Nothing. So there hasn't been anything for Liverpool to hang their hat on. Gomez coming on. This is a man, I would say, should be starting with the defense playing so poor. Why not give Gomez a try? Verts coming on. Coming off, I should say. This is an interesting change. He did play 90 in the win over Frankfurt. So, but failing to flatter again another game. Nothing offensive being registered. So Gomez is on. So Soberslide goes back into the midfield. Gomez comes to right back. So again, it's just a lot of chopping and changing. And there goes Utaro again, getting off another header, which he should have placed on target, but another chance. So when Brentford attacks, they look as if they are about to score. Liverpool look as if they're searching for answers. They're creating absolutely nothing. But as soon as Brentford gets the ball, they're under attack and they look dangerous in their attack. Another shot towards goal. I'd love to see the statistic as it relates to Liverpool's attempts on goal or shots on target. There are very few. Very few. Very few attempts on target. Disappointing all-round performance for Liverpool. But we live and we move. That's why we watch the beautiful game, viewers and subscribers. It's for moments like these. Not all the time the favorite wins. So, two big scalp going down today, viewers and subscribers. Chelsea earlier, Liverpool in a matter of minutes. What will tomorrow bring? We still have two big hitters to play tomorrow. Man City yet to play. Arsenal, another big hitter to play. But they would be taking notes from this game. So it should provide them with a bit of solace and pretty much the opportunity to be aware of not getting complacent or counting your chicken before they hatch. So That's the beauty of playing on Sunday. So we'll definitely see how this one pans out. But yeah, interesting times ahead for sure.
Gomez. Chiesa ahead of Vandenberg.
Okay, is giving this one away. Van Dijk sweeping up. Wow, that must be a foul. Liverpool players getting frustrated at the moment. Things just not going for them. Nothing to hang your hat on, viewers and subscribers. A very disappointing Liverpool performance. Slot must be fuming under his coat right there. Absolutely nothing from this team. Nothing to write home about. You can't say a striker missed a lot of chances because not many chances have been created. It has been a textbook performance from Brentford. And every time Brentford attacks, they look as if they might score. This Liverpool team, it's almost as if you have to go entirely back to the drawing board. It's like you have to recreate a brand new team because those players you had confidence in that were producing the goods last season are just not, or haven't turned up this season at all. Has this team been figured out? Has the tactics been tried and studied and coaches have come up with formulas and tactics that have worked out this Liverpool team? That seemed to be the case. That seemed to be the case where this Liverpool team have been worked out. And there's not much. There's very little room for error when it comes to EPL football because the games are coming thick and fast. There's very little time to make any sort of adjustments which are going to give you immediate results. Very difficult. But this is an opportunity for the coaching staff to use these as teaching moments. So even though Liverpool may lose, if the coaches are smart, they can use these as teaching moments to coach and to teach, where big name players may be receptive because they are just not getting the result. So they may actually listen more or more attentively to the coach's instruction because they have probably tried it their way and their way has just not been working. Oh, Salah pulling one back. Wow. Salah reminding us of his quality. So that is 3-2 now in favor of Brentford with 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes to play. Soberslide getting the assist, crossing a ball to Salah, who controls with his... He controls with his left and finishes with his right. Wow. That's a super strike from, the right in the, what you could say, the L, the V, up in the pigeonhole. The keeper had no chance. The goalkeeper didn't even move. So Salah reminding us of his quality. That should silence the critics somewhat. But it's in the 89th minute that one came. Not much time for Liverpool to what should I say? To revive. And there goes Brentford again. Getting another chance. Getting another shot towards their goal. Liverpool, my word. Every time Brentford attacks, Brentford looks as if they will score. And since the third goal have gone in for Brentford, they have gotten at least 3-4 big chances to win this game. If Liverpool was to get an equalizer at this late stage, it would be a devastating blow to Brentford. Brentford must preserve their lead. And Liverpool, if they have any opportunity, you cannot concede a fourth. So it's a corner for Brentford coming up. One more set play for Liverpool to defend. 7 minutes of time added on. So Liverpool have 7 minutes. Yeah, that's a good call. That is a corner. The ball came off McAllister last. But yes, Salah reminding us of his quality. Salah reminding us of his quality. So those who doubted Salah, he has somewhat silenced the critics, getting on the score sheet with I would say a sublime strike, a quality strike, controlling with the left, shooting with the right up in that pigeonhole. The goalkeeper didn't have a chance. Very physical challenges here by Chiesa. Player down. Let's see what's going on with this one. Okay, a flailing arm from Van Dijk catching Thiago. This would be very harsh if this was given as a penalty. Very harsh. But stranger things have happened, we'll see. We'll definitely see, but I must say a good goal from Salah viewers, subscribers. That's one positive to take from this game. I was hoping for a glimmer of shining light. So Salah scoring definitely adds a little what should I say? A positive that Liverpool can take away from the game. But you're not gonna win many games conceding 3 goals. That's the bottom line. So defensively, regardless of this outcome, defensively, Liverpool needs to go back to the drawing board as it relates to defending. Yep. So Thiago being checked. Seemed to have picked up a knock, but I think he should be fine. Livy, big up yourself, Livy. We are here taking in the game, brother. Live or die, you'll never walk alone. So we're going down with the ship, Livy. We're going down with the ship. Brentford leading 3-2 with, you could say, plus 7 minutes added on. Thiago, a Brentford player, picking up a head injury, so the game is on delay currently. So this time should be added on. But yes, Livy, we are here. Disappointing from Liverpool, to say the least. But they still managed to score 2. Going down 3-2 at the moment. But at least Salah getting on the score sheet is one bright silver lining we can take from this game. Before, nothing. But definitely a disappointing performance. Definitely disappointing. If they were to able to salvage even a point from this game, that this would be a big success. Not a big performance, but a big success. Because at the end of the day, points are what count. So if they were to even get a point from this one, it would be tremendous. So we'll see how this one pans out. We're into time added on. Now, man, we there, man. Hide where living, man. We there, man. We there, Livy. Live in living colors. Thanks again, brother, for coming on board. Leave a like, share the podcast, Livy. We are looking to grow. We want to hit 500 subscribers by Christmas. So, Man U win, Liverpool lose. Big rival in England right there. Liverpool not playing well at all. It's almost as if the forms have switched. Man U on form, Liverpool totally off form. But we continue to move forward. But definitely disappointing. And Brentford making a couple more changes now to lock things up. Onyeka coming on for one of the goal scorers, Utara. And, just a couple subs to disrupt the flow of the game, to kill off some more time. and to try to solidify things. Couple defenders coming on, Rico Henry coming on for Aya, just to lock things up, shut up shop even further, shut up things almost as if you're expecting a hurricane, but just to shut up, button down the hatches, and just see this one out to the end. Very little time left, and it is Brentford on the attack with what looks like another long throw-in from Coyote. How many of these throw-ins have Liverpool faced this evening? For the most part, they've dealt with them. But that one chance early on, when they didn't deal with it, it led to a goal. But in terms of the number of throws to how successful they have defended, for the most part, Liverpool have surprisingly defended these throw-ins well enough, to be honest. So, and in the dying moments, it's Brentford which is on the attack and forcing another corner again. So, again, this game not really ending well for Liverpool. Under normal circumstances, Liverpool would be at the other end pressing for a goal, but it is Brentford who have penned Liverpool in. It's shocking stuff. Shocking stuff indeed. So Slot is going to have to take this one on the cheek. Liverpool players is going to have to take this one on the cheek. But another disappointing performance and another disappointing result. So it is what it is. But yeah, this one is all but over at this point. Time is just being killed off at the moment by Brentford in the corner flag area. Liverpool finally getting an opportunity to potentially go long with one of these back kicks. That is the only chance they have at this point in time, to heave one long and hope that the referee doesn't blow it off. But so 3-2 is still the score. Brentford holding on. Time is just about up, but there was a long delay for a head injury, so possibly a few extra minutes may be added on. So this is last chance saloon for Liverpool at this moment. And the quality just doesn't look good at all. It's just kick and hope type of vibe at this point in time. There's no quality in terms of potential chance creation. And that pass from Soboslai just exemplifies the lack of chemistry in this Liverpool team. When you should be looking to go forward, you're passing sideways and misplacing those sort of passes. It's unlike Liverpool, but sometimes you just have to accept that's where this team is at the moment and not fool yourself into thinking this team is better than they actually are. So Chiesa pulling one down, hoisting one up for Salah to chase, but Kelleher coming, claiming successfully. And that may very well be the final play of the game. So hats off to Brentford for taking this one. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Kelleher holding the ball too long, and he's been penalized with a corner. This is the first time I'm seeing this in a game, viewers and subscribers, where the goalkeeper taking too long to kick the ball out, and this new rule where if you're time wasting, it goes to a corner. Liverpool now has a corner, and the goalkeeper is up for this one. This is crazy happenings in this one, viewers. Crazy happenings. Liverpool pushing absolutely everybody forward, but the corner failing to beat the first defender. Soboslai. So this seems to be a long throw now. Long throw time. Long throw coming in from Gomez. Wow. So Liverpool has their own version of the long throw. Let's see if he can put Brentford under some pressure. So Gomez hurling it in, but Brentford getting this one away. This one being kicked out for a throw. And Liverpool pushing everybody forward. So it's the goalkeeper to Soboslai. Soboslai heaving this one up. But it's too little, too late, it seems. Salah, still Salah. Wow, this may be a shooting chance. Oh, wow. Wow, that was a late chance. And that may very well be the end of this one. This one ending in defeat for Liverpool. Liverpool going 3-2 down to Brentford. And it is definitely back to the drawing board for Slot and his men. Wow. Half chance there. Wow. Oh, wow. Crazy finish to this game, viewers and subscribers. Liverpool really pushing and edging very close. Salah getting you could say, a quarter chance. But it is Brentford who comes away with the final score being Brentford 3, Liverpool 2. So Liverpool falling all the way to 6th at this point in time and could fall even further come tomorrow. But it's definitely a great day to be alive, viewers and subscribers. As Kerry is pointing out, we've seen a festival of football today. 2 big scalp falling. The question is, Scary, if a big tree fall in the forest, does anyone hear it? The answer to that would be yes. The whole internet have heard this one. Liverpool and Chelsea going down to giant killers, Sunderland and Brentford respectively. And these 2 defeats should send shockwaves through the EPL. Liverpool really off form and having to go back to the drawing board. They did show a glimmer of hope with that Salah strike and building up a little momentum, but for sure, something has to change in the Liverpool camp. Something definitely has to change. Does Slot have the players to do so? I think so, but probably he has to make some radical decision and bench some of the more customary names we oftentimes hear. Gomez, I would bring Gomez in. Gomez need to come into the team, I would say, shake things up in the back line because this team is conceding far too many goals. Play Gomez a more defensive-minded player, maybe play him at right back. Robertson or Soboslai. Slot has issues. I'm not even going to try to figure things out, viewers and subscribers. That's why Slot is paid the big money, but he definitely has issues to fix. And this is where the big bucks come into play. So, interesting times ahead. Liverpool sliding down the table rapidly as it stands at the moment. So, interesting times ahead, viewers. But viewers and subscribers, thank you for tuning in to us here on Beating the Press podcast. It has been another live watch. As Kiri says, it's a great day to be alive. Definitely. I love if the EPL could continue like this, where the games are spaced out, where you have a 10 o'clock slot, a 12:30 slot, a 3 o'clock slot. That means you can easily watch 3 games for the day. And it gives you an opportunity. You can watch back-to-back games and not necessarily games occurring concurrently. So this is a good setup, I would say, for the league going forward if they were to continue. But Anil, big up yourself, brother. Thanks for tuning in to us here on Beating the Press podcast. It's not the outcome we hoped, but we continue to watch some quality football. We continue to watch some of the best players in the world on display. Viewers and subscribers, we don't realize that right now we are watching some of the best players to ever play the game. The likes of Salah, the likes of Van Dijk. And when you do get an opportunity, the likes of Messi, we are seeing the best players on display. So we have to give thanks for these opportunities. Many don't get the chance to, but we are here. We were able to see it. And we were definitely entertained, but not the result we were hoping for. But we move. Arsenal seem to now be in the prime position to take the league by storm, something they've been hoping for over a number of years. But it is what it is. It's a case of going back to the drawing board, viewers and subscribers. It's a case of going back to the drawing board for the likes of Liverpool, for the likes of Chelsea. But the debate rages on. The debate rages on. You know, the internet is still undefeated. So expect the memes and the trolls to be loading up as we speak. Expect the memes and the trolls to be loading up as we speak. But such are these things. We just have to take it on the cheek and move on, viewers and subscribers. We have to take it on the cheek and move on. But the Arsenal fans, they're having a ball in the chat, in the comment section. Some are giving the title to Arsenal. Some are saying, hey, hold it. No need to get carried away. There are 30 more games to go. Early days yet. Any card can still play. So some Arsenal fans are getting carried away, while others are taking a more conservative approach and saying there's many a slip between the cup and the lip. There are 30 more games to go. We are not even halfway through the season as yet. But the optics are not looking good for Liverpool at all. The optics are looking excellent for Arsenal. Best defensive record in the league, flying high at the top of the table and winning for fun at the moment. So we'll definitely see how things will pan out tomorrow. Tomorrow, Arsenal goes into action. Tomorrow, Man City goes into action as well. Tomorrow, Liverpool and Chelsea will have to be licking their wounds. And we have a number of fans who are devastated by this result. Some were very expectant of Liverpool bouncing back after a good performance over there in Germany. But that was not the case at all. Brentford had a plan, and they executed that plan to perfection. Liverpool could just not cope with them, in all honesty. It was all Brentford, to be honest with you. Liverpool can consider themselves a little unlucky, especially with that penalty kick. But outside of that, Brentford were deserving of their win. This was not a fluke, viewers and subscribers. This was not any balloon goal. This was not any poor refereeing decision. This was one EPL team in the form of Brentford taking the game to another EPL team in the form of Liverpool and coming out successfully. So the table doesn't lie, they say. Liverpool is definitely showing relegation form at the moment. And if you were to take away those late goals which they scored earlier in the season, the table would be slim pickings at the moment. But time will tell. Time will definitely tell. But viewers, subscribers, thank you again for tuning in to Beating the Press podcast. We have successfully launched another good watch along podcast review coming up later this week. So stay tuned with us. Subscribe, hit that subscription bell. So once we upload another video, you'll get the instant notification. But thanks again to everyone who came on board, left a comment, left a like. It's all welcomed, and we appreciate your support going forward, viewers and subscribers. But we're going to end things here for today. Life goes on. We lick our wounds, and we hope to bounce back in the next one. But until next time, viewers and subscribers, this is Rafa signing off.